Hey y'all, it's December the 6th, 2015. You might know that on this channel, what I like to do usually is I like to put forth simple solutions because, in all actuality, I'm quite simple-minded. So I like to put out simple solutions. We live in the United States of America, right? It used to stand for some things. It doesn't currently, but it used to. All right, and the things that it stood for, the reason why those were so good, those things were so good, is because people had guns and stuff, and people were given the freedom to just go ahead and do as they wished, right? Without having to be raped and pillaged basically all the time. All the time. So that's what made this country so good. Now, all right, that all being said, the reason I bring that up is this. The simple solution for the Muslim people, the Muslim folks, I'm going to just put it out there, and y'all can throw out some solutions if you got some. Here's mine, all right? Why don't we just give them cities, because they already have cities. I mean, we already know them. But why don't we just go ahead and give them certain cities and say inside this city, particular city, and put like a fence around it. Not like you can get out of the fence, obviously. It's just a fence. But inside the fence, they have Sharia law, and they can do whatever Sharia law bullshit that they want to do. They can do it all up in that damn thing. And nobody can step in. First of all, you're not going to get any police or any ambulance, things like that. You need to do that yourself. But nobody legally will legally be bound to go inside your Sharia law fun fest. All right. And see that way y'all be safe because you gotta acknowledge you ran away from your country. For what reason? People have a lot of reasons, but the reason usually is because you were scared to death. You came on refugee status. You were scared to death of other Muslims, probably, or other people who are around you who don't think you should have guns at all. All right, you came here for a reason. Now you don't want to be surveilled, and I can kind of see that because I can see that would be a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be surveilled. And technically, I don't really want to surveil you, but if you had your own Sharia law land or whatnot, and it was all fenced in, you can do whatever you want on there. And the thing is, you only get certain pieces of land. I mean, it would be inland, and you know what I'm saying? You couldn't control any ports or anything like that. Go off the deep end, which you have been known to do. You wouldn't have to do that. You can have all sorts of guns and all sorts of freedom stuff. You can come out into America whenever you want to, but the thing is, you're going to have to follow American laws at that point. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? That's why the fence would be there. See, that's a simple solution. I know, a lot of people might not like it, but you might also have a simple solution of your own. The thing is, I want to illustrate, and this is the reason why I was talking like this. Is what I want to illustrate is there are simple solutions that we can come to as a country, because it's obvious that Jihad is upon us. Like, Jihad is raining down all upon us. That's kind of hyperbolic, because it isn't necessarily, but, you know what I'm saying, it's sure all over the news. Sure do keep hearing about it more and more often. But no kind of simple solution is going to be come to. You know what? The President of the United States of America, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama, apparently he's giving a speech right now, man. It might be historic. That's the thing about it. It might be historic. And I don't know what it's about, but I'm fixing to find out later. Listen, anyways, I'm saying all that to say this, man. All right, simple solutions can be had in this particular situation, but they won't be had. And the thing is, you're gonna find people trying to lie to you. Gosh dang liars. And all right, you know what I'm saying? If you ever been lied to, and you didn't like being lied to, you started to find out how you could tell people are lying and for what reasons that they would lie. Let me tell you something. Here's a video of a straight up liar. All right, but he's gonna sound like that's the problem right here. Problem is he's gonna sound like every other Muslim you're ever gonna talk to who is peaceful, and they're basically all gonna say the same stuff. And they're not going to acknowledge that their religion is about conquering. Because here's the thing about it. Their religion is about conquering. Just as discipleship of Christ is about conquering. And I know that there's other words that you could use. But they're both about conquering. That's the thing about it. And when you start to read into the different things, you're going to find out that Christianity, if you need to call it that, and I know it's been fragilized all over the place, Christianity is about conquering as well. But not about killing mofos. See, in the Quran, that's kind of the main difference. That's why it's a different God, come to find out, and a different prophet and all this. It's about conquering fools. Even if you had to kill those mofos or do anything that you want, rape those mofos, lie to those mofos. Especially lie. And infiltrate and don't assimilate, lie to people, and conquer them when some of y'all shoot them up in the streets, calling it a jihad.
Well, giving our support for the community, coming out and offering our condolences on behalf of the community. Me and my brother, we were born here, raised here in San Bernardino. This is our home. And we just want to show the support, And unfortunately, we had some confrontation with one person that...
Today?
Yeah, right now. But 5 minutes ago, most of the people that were here, they've seen it.
Huh.
And, it happens, and, there's a lot of mixed feelings and emotions, so understandable.
Did you guys hear that Saeed Farouk's father came out and said that his son told him that he supported ISIS?
Wow, really? No, we didn't hear that.
We actually knew him from the mosque. We had acquaintance with him. and you know, he would come to our mosque and pray on lunch break. So we had established some type of relation with him. He was not a friend of ours, and that's the unfortunate part, that we knew him to be a nice person, to be a gentleman, to be humble, and all of that. But unfortunately, this is what was behind it, and we had no clues.
Did he keep to himself, or
Absolutely.
was he never really talked?
He was very reserved.
Yeah.
He was very shy person. Yeah. So, and that's, as I mentioned to the community when this guy was attacking me, I said, had I known myself, and any of my community members known, and if I know of any person that is gonna do something like this, that
I'll call the police on him if he doing something wrong.
That is making bombs, me and my community will be the first people. We'll be the first of people to call the law enforcement and prevent any type of action from happening. I mean, we're helping the FBI. FBI came to my house the night of the event and asked me, you know, that there's phone. I see that you had phone contact with him and stuff. I said, yeah, I would see him at the mosque. I helped, you know, arrange a banquet for his wedding when he got married, and that was it. I mean, I never became a friend, so we never had that.
How long had he been married?
I think about a year now.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you ever talk about her much, or
No, never.
Did she ever come around?
No.
No.
No. So it's just a shock, and you know, it's so sad. But and we wish that we would have had signs that said this is what he was doing, so we could have went to the authorities and prevented such an atrocity from happening. You know, this tragedy.
Well, it's awesome you guys are out here at least trying to open up a dialogue.
I mean, that's what our religion teaches us. You know, to be merciful, to be soft, to be gentle, and unite with the community when there's times of grief and when there's time you know, of mourning. We're mourning with the community. We're crying with the families. You know, it hurts us just as much as it hurts anyone else, you know, in this community. So it makes it our duty to come out here. We must come out here. And you know, our parents told us don't go. You know, we're afraid of backlashes. My mom specifically told, this is my brother by the way, and you know, she told us don't go out. Don't say anything because we're afraid someone might do something. I said, no, Mom, I have to go. If I don't go, then the community is gonna think that, oh, we had something to do with this, that we were plotting behind their backs or something. And I swear, we have nothing to do with this.